Hey everyone, welcome back to Craps University, your home of mastering the game of craps from the ground up. Today we're diving into our first name strategy. Previously, we have covered some basic strategies, but today we're going to be covering the 3-point molly. This is probably the most popular name strategy out there, and it's very simple. Everything we've learned so far, we can apply it into this strategy. Most people walk into the casino throwing chips all over the layout with no plan. But if you want to play like a pro, the 3-point molly gives you structure, discipline, and a real edge. So we're going to break this down for you. So that's the whole point of a strategy like this, is you have to be disciplined. So what is the 3-point molly? The 3-point molly is basically, we'll do a live rolls here in just a second. But first thing is, let's say you play the pass line. That's basically point number one. We hit the 6, then you take your odds and using 5 times odds, we throw a come bet. The next roll is an 8, okay? This would travel to the 8. We take our odds, and then the next roll is a 9. Sorry, forgot the come bet. Then the same thing, we put our 4 times odds there. All right, we have our 3 points established. Let's say, great, an 8 hits. All right, when an 8 hits on a $25, we know that we're going to get paid out $150 for the odds, okay, and 25 for the base bet. Since we didn't have another come bet, the dealer will take all of that down and hand it back to you. This is where you say, okay, I've only got one come bet out there. I've got my point back there. Take this. You would then rack that up and do it all over again. And roll 9. 9 hits. We know that we're going to get $150 for the odds. We still only have one come bet, so you pick up the winnings and rack it. And then the next time the 9 hits, same thing over again. The 6 hits, the point, this would travel there. It would go off. You would get paid $175 for the pass line and odds. So you see how it works. If you watched the video earlier when we did the don't come, we got throttled pretty bad because I was just letting it run. And we had so many don't comes out there with full odds that numbers kept getting hit. What this does is it tries to minimize the risk on your bankroll. And your bankroll, if you're playing at the $25 level, bring probably $1,000 to buy in. Don't try to do this, with 200, because you're going to be out of money pretty quick. Maybe if you can find a $5 or $10 table, it's just currently $25 is very realistic. If you go to Las Vegas, you can find the $10 or even the $5 craps tables. But when it's busy, you're most likely going to see $25. So we walk through. So why does it work? All three bets, pass line, come bets with odds, carry the lowest house edge. So we're looking pretty good here. At that point, we had the 6. We also had an 8 at one point. 6 and 8s with full odds. Fantastic. Getting out into the 9. House odds go up a little bit, but the house edge goes up a little bit, but your odds are helping keep that in check. So just remember that those are real good. Luckily, we didn't see the 4 and 10, but your odds of $75 on that would pay out $150. So that would be a good hit. Best odds to take, I always use Las Vegas odds here. The casino I play at offers 10-time odds, and they have $25 minimum. So if you're playing, that would mean we would have 750, 825 out there with a 3-point molly. That's a lot of money. I don't care who you are. It's still a lot of money to be betting on 3 numbers. So you don't have to take 10 times odds. You could use Vegas rules. And remember, 6 and 8, 5 times, 5 and 9, 4 times, 4 and 10, 3 times. That's really beneficial to you. You can make up your own. You could do 3 times, 2 times, 1 time if you wanted to. Just make sure that you're using even numbers here, and you're using it on your odds a number divisible by 5. Don't put something weird out there like $78 because you are not making as much money as you should, and it makes it difficult for the dealer sometimes with math. Not everybody's the same. Some people do math very quickly. Others, it can be a little bit of a struggle. And this is really for bankroll management. You need to have that dedicated bankroll, as I suggested, even on a $25 table, $1,000. You could probably get away with $500, but you never know. You could get on a table that's cold, you put everything out, and then they 7 out, and then they're just keep raking in your money. We want to go flowing the other way back to you. So be smart about what you're doing and how you're playing. This is a grind strategy. Now, I'm known as, that's my kind of gambling persona, is a grinder. I can grind. I can play. I've played 10 hours easily, but you just grind it out. And some people, they come in, they want to do 4 or 5 rolls. But me, I want to grind. I want to get maximum. I want free food. I want, in Vegas, I used to get comped heavily for stays. So that allowed us to go multiple times a year. And I thought that was important. I look at gambling as an entertainment expense, with the definite possibility to win. So let's test this out with some live rolls. My bankroll here is $2,000. We've got $500 and we've got $1,500 here. And let's see how we do. All right. Change up the dice a little bit. All right. There's our bankroll, $1,500. $8, easy 8. All right, we're off to a good start. We're gonna go on We're going to throw that down. We can have 5 times odds on the back. All right, next roll. 4, hard 4. All right, we know that we're going to move to the 4 here. We can put 3 times odds down. And let's put out our come bet again. All right. 5. No feel 5. Travel here. We know we can put 4 times odds. Now we're set. Let's just hope that we hit something. 7 out. Well, so with this strategy, that's absolutely the worst thing that can happen. That's why a little bit larger bankroll definitely helps those situations. Yeah, not good. All right, coming out. 6. And I did have that pass line. 6 is on. We're going to throw down our odds there. Our come bet. 10. Easy 10. 10 on the other end. All right, we traveled there. Let's do our next come for our 3rd point in the 3-point molly. And roll. 6, hard 6. Came the hard way. All right, so good. Number goes off. We move. We get paid by the casino. 125 odds on the 6 pays 150, and our 1-to-1, so we get paid out 175. We pick that back up. And we're coming out again. So here, on the come out roll, pass lines in play. This base bet of 25 is in play, and this base bet of 25 is in play. What's not in play are the odds. I think you can even tell the dealer you want your odds on, but I don't recommend it. 9, center field 9. And with that, we are on the 9. We got our 2 comes, and we put out our odds. Let's put out our odds on the 6 as well. Sometimes I like to put my odds down, even though they're going to be off, because sometimes I forget, because you have the excitement of hitting a 9. 9's my favorite number. And getting your odds out, and sometimes we forget. No come bet because we've got our 3 points in the 3-point molly. Roll them. 4, hard 4. All right, nothing happening for us on that roll. Still moving. 9. All right, hit the point. Point was 9. All right, so we know that we are going to get paid $175. $100 odds pays $150, and our base bet gets paid $25. The payout on that is for every 2 chips, you get 3. So that's pretty easy math. We'll take that. We'll take the odds back, and we'll roll them again. So odds are currently off, but all of our base numbers, our points, or pass line, and the base numbers here are on. and working. Yo, 11. All right. That would get paid. Rack that. 8. Easy 8. All right. Another good number for a pass line bet. Same thing. We're going to take max odds on that. There we go. 125. Things are looking good. We got really good numbers. 10 is a little bit harder to hit, but the payout's really nice at that level. All right. What do we got? Yo, 11. Nothing happening for us since the point's established. 9. Still nothing happening. We hit the 9 earlier. We are looking for an 8 for the point. 4. Easy 4. Nothing. We don't have 4. Keep rolling. 4. 4 again. 4. Easy 4. 7. 7 out. All right. Well, we take down the dealer takes everything. We're off. One more roll. Six. Easy 6. All right. Here we go. 6. 5 times odds. Come bet. 8. Easy 8. All right, so I'm liking this so far. We know that we're going to play our 5 times odds there. 8, hard way. 8. All right, that's good. Let's just imagine we had that there. So the dealer's going to pay us $150. Everything stays the same. We just take that and rack it. 9. Center field 9. The 9 travels. Let's throw down our odds. All right, let's do it. 7. 7 out. That dang 7. There's quite a few combinations. So we lose that. You guys want to do one more roll? Let's do one more roll. And that's gone. Take that off. 10. 10 on the other end. All right, we're on 3 top odds for that, plus our come bet. 6, hard way, 6. All right. That travels. We're going to put 5 times odds. 4. 4. We travel here. 75 odds on the 4. Dealer takes that and they will give us 75 change. All right, so this one's a tough one. 4, 10 are 2 of the 3 numbers, and 6. So we're in good shape here. We are hoping for a 4 or a 10. We'll take a 6 too, of course, but 7 out. All right. You saw 3 times after our 3 points have been set, we hit that 7. That's no good. We're off and we lose all of that. Even though it didn't work out for us today, I like the 3-point Molly. And 875. Okay. Not the best day at the casino, but it happens. So let's break it down. Pros are you'll have some of the lowest house edge. We covered that. This is very easy to follow. It works for short and long sessions. So as I stated earlier, I'm a grinder. I've played this exact strategy probably 8 hours. And it keeps you very consistent on what you're doing and keeps you pretty tuned in. We know exactly what you're doing. The dealer knows what you're doing. It's easy for them. So it does require some discipline. It's not as exciting strategy as some high risk strategies, but it's a valid strategy of being, it requires discipline. And it needs a modest bankroll, as I covered a little bit earlier. So here's some tips. Make sure that you don't go over those 3 bets, because then you're breaking your discipline and you can work yourself into some trouble. Always take the full odds on the 3 points. Don't mix this strategy with high risk bets like hard ways and props. Okay? So me personally, I love the hard ways, but if you're going to play this, stay focused to this. And this is another one of the strategies that you can use to earn comps. Okay? We know when they come by and they say, oh, base bet's 25 with odds. However they're calculating that, they're giving you a good rating, so you're collecting points for sure. The 3-point Molly is one of the best foundational strategies in craps. So it makes use of the pass line, the come, moving up to your bets that they're not place, but it allows you to establish new points and place odds on them. If you're a newer player looking for some structure around craps, this is it. This is where you should begin. Or a seasoned player that needs to tighten up their game a little bit. You know, there's a lot of times where I go to a casino, somebody buys in and they throw all their money out right away. To me, that's not a good strategy. I've seen it work out. I saw somebody buy in for $3,000 and hop the sevens, $1,000 on each, and they hit it. So that pays right here 15 to 1. So they risk $3,000 to take back $1,500 plus the $1,000 base bet. And then the casino said, oh, the max bet on hops is $300 each. But they had to pay him out because they did not tell him that from the get-go. It was very interesting seeing that. He continued hopping the sevens from time to time, And all that money that he won, he lost back. And I think his initial buy-in. So just when you play craps, be focused. So do you like what you're learning here? If you do, subscribe, hit the like button, leave us a comment of what you like or don't like. We want feedback so we can get better and get content to you that we know that you want. That's it for today. Craps University out. Thanks.